right word or not?
No, definitely not. I think, I think you always go out with intentions of wanting to win comprehensively, but you sort of got to make sure that you don't get too far ahead of yourself. So for us, it was certainly about that, and we'll still review and reflect on this game. We'll probably be, we have to be brutally honest, and I thought after we took a few early wickets, I thought we actually slightly went away from the plan and probably bowled slightly too short and away from the wicket. So little things like that we can improve on, and with the bat, I thought we were probably 20 or 30 runs short of where we could have got to with the platform we laid with wickets in hand towards the back end of the innings. So little things like that are really important for us, and I think throughout this series it's going to be how we can continue to keep pushing ourselves and see how far up the boat we can push.
So going back to the batting and winning the toss, first of all, and deciding to bat, that was a set move. That was a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we wanted to get first crack on it. I think we know how good the wicket is here at Hagley, and we did. We wanted to put plenty of runs on the board and then put pressure on the Bangladeshi side like we did. So we've got a pretty clear, game plan that we're working towards, and this is a great opportunity for us to play against a side like Bangladesh moving ahead into the World Cup as well, for us to figure out, what it looks like in different conditions. The great thing about this tour is we're playing in different venues every match, so we've got to adapt, we've got to be flexible, and it gives people opportunities to step up at different times, which I think is going to be really important come pinnacle events like the World Cup in South Africa.
Are you surprised at their meekness in the end?
No, look, I think it's always tricky. I think when subcontinent teams come over here for the first time ever, this is our first ever bilateral series, and I know they were out here earlier with the World Cup, it can be pretty daunting and intimidating, just like when we go to the subcontinent and wickets are turning and the heat and things like that. Equally here, can't say it was balmy here tonight, so it was cold for us, so it must have been freezing for them. So I certainly expect them to continue to improve as this series goes on. We know that they've got plenty of quality players that can cause us some serious problems, so hopefully we've put a bit of dent in their armour a little bit with this game, but we know that again we're just going to have to keep hammering on with our standards.
Sophie, what do you make of Leah Tahu, who obviously previous T20 figures for her, and what she's been through being dropped from the national contract list in May, how she's rebounded with her confidence?
Yeah, I just think it probably shows that the character and the resilience of Leah to be able to, as you say, bounce back from some disappointment earlier and to show. We think we all know how passionate she is about playing for New Zealand, and certainly when she gets the opportunity to play at Hagley at home in front of family and friends, it's like she grows another arm and a leg. So, look, she was fantastic today, but again, I think we can go back and review and she'll say that she could have bowled better, which is a scary thought, but that's what we want in this group, is to keep continuing to push ourselves to be better. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do throughout the rest of this T20 series.
What's the question most about how she bowled tonight? Obviously, setting the tone for those couple of wickets in the first over.
Yeah, look, I think we always know that Lee's going to be aggressive with the ball, especially early on. So for us, we've got pretty clear plans around wanting to attack the stumps, but a use of the short ball as well. They were well directed, and they probably, created some false shots there, which is credit to her for being accurate and being able to target the batter. So I think that was really impressive for her and her control. Again, though, I think she's still got more in the tank, which is really pleasing for us.
You were sort of touching on the game plan before, so leading into South Africa and the T20 World Cup. How did you and Susie and having top order batters want to approach at the top of the innings leading into that World Cup? Do you want to be a bit more aggressive than usual, or how are you guys going about things?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think for us, we've actually probably broken it down into, top four, middle three and back four, in terms of we all want to contribute, as that we know with cricket that every day isn't going to be your day, and if we can get contributions from everyone throughout the order, we're going to be able to rack up some big scores. So for us, it's about taking a bit of ownership. Certainly us at the top of the order, we want to play our natural games, and I think myself and Susie, we're always going to be naturally aggressive and take the game on. So I think that suits really nicely with the way that we want to play cricket. And then you've got the likes of, Mealy Kerr, Maddie Green coming through the middle. I know, Lauren didn't really get a chance today. Leah too did a great job there with her power striking at the end. So we've got some real flexibility building in this group. It's about how can we, again, consistently score plenty of runs on the board.
How's Jasmine Vanderbilt feeling? Sort of been unfortunate for you on her debut?
Yeah, it's sort of a bit of a weird one. I actually haven't heard how she's going recently, but the girls just said, did you see where Jess was at the anthems? And I was like, no. And there's unfortunately a bit of a chunder pile in the tunnel, but fingers crossed it's just a bug and it sort of clears out of her system early. It's obviously never nice to get that, especially when it's supposed to be a debut, but fingers crossed she'll come back all right.
So how do you keep your standards high in the series against a team like Bangladesh, who you're sort of expected to beat and win well against when you play them? How do you as captains sort of drive that in the group?
Yeah, I think it's a really important role, not just me as captain, but also our leadership group and the support staff, the coaching staff, have a real goal in mind of what do we want to achieve throughout this series, and again, holding ourselves to account. I think it'd be very easy to just say, yep, we're happy with the win, but we want to get really nitty-gritty and have some honest conversations, and I think when you've got really clear goals that you want to achieve, it's easy to go back and look on that and see how you've racked against them. So for us, that's what we're going to do in this series, and we've built that nicely from Com Games and West Indies, and for us it's that consistent cricket piece. How we win is really important to us.
And is this environment you're creating, is this almost getting up there in terms of your career for the White Ferns? What you guys did over Commonwealth Games and then winning those 2 series in the West Indies, it must be a pretty positive feeling at the moment, just with the young players stepping up and the veterans contributing too.
Yeah, thanks for calling us veterans. It's a really fun one. I've always found the White Ferns group and the environment a really enjoyable group to be a part of. Absolutely, we haven't got results, and we've been through some tough performances and things like that, but I've always loved this environment. Certainly the group that we've got now is a really special bunch, and hopefully we are building towards something that's going to be long lasting. I think at the end of the day, certainly for us veterans, we want to make sure that it's sustainable over a long period of time, not just 1 or 2 years. So that's what we're really trying to create, is long lasting success within this environment. And for women's cricket in New Zealand, I think that's something that's really important to almost every single one of us in this White Ferns group.
Susie Bates chomping at the bit for Sunday in her hometown?
Yeah, oh, gee whiz, it's yeah, she will be. Apparently the looks like it's going to get above 20 degrees as well, which only happens, I heard, 3 times in Dunedin. So look, it's really exciting. Obviously she had the opportunity earlier in the year for her first time ever, and we know how much she loved it. I think I've never seen her as nervous as that game at the World Cup, hoping to get on. So, I mean, that's the great thing about travelling around and playing in these different venues for us, is the opportunity for players in our team to go out and play in front of family and friends. And Dunedin's obviously a really special place for Sue, so we're looking forward to getting down there. Obviously, Eden as well will be wanting to get out there in front of her family and friends. So, yeah, we love it. And obviously had some awesome fans come out tonight, braving the cold, so really appreciate their support.
So make it interesting, some of the team selections for Sunday, and please remind us when Maddie Green last took the gloves for the White Ferns.
I could not tell you when Maddie Green last took the gloves, but it's certainly something, I guess, in our future planning around that keeper space, in terms of, obviously we've had Katie Martin there and Rachel Priest before her, who have done a fantastic job, but I think we do certainly have to keep an eye on the future around that. Obviously we had Izzy Gaze and West Indies, but yeah, I think it does. It makes for some really interesting selection choices, and that's what these sort of games, these tours are all about, leading into pinnacle events, is opportunity to explore the best combinations for us. And to be honest, we don't know what it is yet. But if we can continue to keep winning games of cricket and playing the way that we want to with a mix of players, then I think that holds us in bloody good stead when you come into pinnacle events, to know that whoever gets picked on the day can perform the job. So that's what I'm really excited about with this group.
Do you think the coach will have been impressed with what he saw from Maddie Green with the gloves?
Yeah, look, I think so. I think we've got to be realistic about it as well. It's a pretty big task to come in and keep it at international standard when you haven't done, well, she's done none of it at a domestic level, and she's been putting in the work at training and things like that, but it's still a big step up. But I thought she was brilliant. I think the coaching staff will be really pleased with her, and that's the thing. We've got certainly a really open mind around it, and we've certainly want to support her in that role moving forward. So yeah, we'll see how Jess McFadgen pulls up, but it's certainly something that's on our radar, with Maddie keeping some more in the future.
Just one more, Hagley Jensen, 50 T20 internationals. Can you just talk us through the value that she brings to this team?
Yeah, Gino, she's just I don't know how to describe her, because she's such a valuable piece of this team. She's very unassuming, and you probably hear her cackling in the background before you see her with that laugh that she's got, but she's just such a valuable member of this group. She's so hardworking. What she does in the field in particular, she's our best fielder, I think, with her energy, the way that she can get around the ground, and her throwing and diving herself around. It's things like that which are the real glue of this team. So for her, we're certainly going to celebrate her 50 international T20 wickets. It's a special occasion, and that's what this group's about, is celebrating moments like that. So yeah, Gino's a really valuable member of this group, so we'll certainly get around her tonight. Great.